I was talking to you about the pranic force, about the Mother Divine in you, who has created this structure, who has given you beauty, who has given you all that you have. That Mother is there in you. You see. That's a direct Shakti. Sun without its light is not sun. As sun is different from the light, but sun cannot exist without light, therefore the Atman cannot exist without Atma Shakti. Not possible. If there is no Atma Shakti, it's not Atman. If there is no light, it's not sun. Though sun is different from its light, yet they are one and the same. So is the case with the Mother Divine and Shiva, the ultimate reality, which is not subject to change. It has no gender. It's not she. It's not he. It's not child. It's not old. It has no name, no form. Yet you use a name and form to go beyond the name and form. So this prana, now we'll discuss something about prana. We have understood something about Chatustayanta Karana, and we know this body is dropped, mortal part is dropped, yet unconscious part, body and individual soul is there, and when you drop this body, you go with individual soul, with this Shakti and unconscious mind. This unit goes with you. That's called death according to your definition. After death, you don't die. You still live. That's the greatest tragedy in human life. You think that you will be relieved? Not possible. Your accounts do not have same account book which you had last year. Account book is changed and accounts continue. Now, how this flow of energy is there in the human body? From crown chakra to this is human body, only up to this. These are limbs. This is called human body. How this is in human body? Yes. I drew Charles. Okay. I can make good drawing out of it. And it will look like you. At the root of the spinal column, as the scriptures say, there lie a powerhouse. Now please be attentive. Now go to a tropical country where the temperature goes higher than 120, 30, 40 degrees. And use a stove at home, you can cook your food in the same temperature. Why can't you cook in that temperature? You cannot. Because it is not condensed, you see. Now, in winter there are countries where the coolness goes beyond 0 degree.
The lecture continues.
Why do you not create air conditioner in your home? To many other things. Because it's not there. What you need to condense the energy. Use the flow of energy which is all over the body. is scattered by going to its powerhouse first. And that powerhouse looks like this. That's what the sages say, it looks like this. It's based at the root of your spinal column. In the powerhouse, that energy, which is called Kundalini, is like this. Like this. Coiled. Now, the yoga science says there is a flow of nectar from this part of the body. She drinks that flow of nectar and remains intoxicated. It's not the wine that you find in the market or liquor. Its intoxication is heavier than that. I tell you, yes. Even japa intoxication is very heavy. I tell you one of my, I got disgusted. I said, what is this life? Whole my youth I have spent in the mountains, you see, and nothing is working. Now, I threw away my clothes, started walking on the banks of the Ganges towards the Himalayas. I said, I will drop my body wherever I want. I'll realize. So I made few promises. I will hold my hands like this. Never beg, never talk to anybody, never look back. Started. There is a small bridge at Gangnani. So I was like a lord of the universe, with all fears were gone, all hopes are gone. I was walking, so suddenly my eyes were open. So I saw somebody just 3-4 feet distance, someone having big mustache. And I stopped. And I opened eyes. There I saw a tiger. I had to decide in a second which death is better. Shall I jump in the Ganges, one death? Shall I submit to this tiger so that he injures me, hurts me, eats me? Or shall I run back? Which death is better? There was no choice of life. The question, what type of death is better? That was the choice. You know what I chose? To go forward is better than any other thing, no matter what happens. So I was in silence, nothing came from my mouth, out of fear, and something, I was very sure that I was observing silence. So my lips closed and I said, So that tiger said, perhaps more dangerous tiger is in front of me. Tiger was also afraid to come forward to jump in the river, turned back and ran away. And I thought I was all alone. I said, this is my victory. You see. Even I left everything, still there is fear of death. I knew something. I knew that he was tiger. I would have. Why did I not pet that tiger? The scriptures say like this, ahimsa pratishtayam tatsannidho vairityaga. Why did I not pet that tiger? Why was I afraid with that cat? What that cat could do? All that knowledge of the scriptures came later, but not during that time. I am being very truthful to you. I won, but at the same time, when I went to the other side of the bridge, I was sad. I know you have dropped all your hopes for life, for anything worldly, still, why did you stop? Suddenly I remember, when Buddha decided to renounce his home, palace, he decided, and somebody was going to help him to go beyond his kingdom, to lead him to that border. He turned back from the, door, just to have a glance of his only one son, once more. Who prompted him to do that? Why did he do that? Moha, attachment. It is so strong, sometimes you think that you have no attachment. But still there are some finer stings, unknown stings, unseen stings, which are still there. They are called sanskaras. How do you purify those sanskaras? Why this Kundalini sleeps here? In the scriptures, this chakra is called Mooladhara chakra, root chakra. She is supposed to stay in her home, that is called Swadhisthana chakra, her own abode. Her own abode is not this. She is sleeping here because she is intoxicated, she doesn't know where she is. She is so much intoxicated that she has slipped down from her abode and she is sleeping here. It is in her latent place. In dormant place. So what the yogis do, those who know this yogic anatomy, those who understand, then they do it. After all, she is Mother Divine. Whether she is sleeping, she has created and now she is resting. But she is not at her home. Swadhisthana chakra. She is supposed to be in her home. You see. So what the yogis do, awaken her. So what they heard during the time, hissing sound. Like this. Hissing. Which was later on compared by the Swamis with the hiss of the snake. You see. It's coil like snake, They uncoil this force and lead this force through, which resides inside your central scanelis, Brahmanadi, Saraswati Nadi, the finest tube channel within you, and to the highest abode, where her beloved resides. This is easily accomplished by the yogins, by the devotees of Sri Vidya. Now, she is also called Tripura Sundari. Tripura, Pura means city. Tri means three. But she dwells on the fourth. Waking, dreaming, and sleeping. These are three cities. Are you listening to me, gentlemen? Okay. And fourth is called Turiya. Fourth stage. All that you can do, you are able to do, you are functioning consciously during waking state is also her city because of her power. When you dream, which is that power that you use during the dreaming state is also her power. What is that power which gives you complete rest, leads you to sleep? That is also her power. But Actually, she is here. That is her real, this is called sleepless sleep.